Periscope. And even if you over there on Diamond and Silk watching us under Chit Chat Live, come on in. Oh my God. I miss you all. I miss you all. Silk.
Yes.
I'm always asking you every week, what are you doing?
Going live.
Okay, going live.
That's what I'm
doing.
Well,
while she's getting it together, you all, we have a great show tonight. We're going to be talking about everything that happened over the weekend. We also have Robert Davi here.
Yeah.
He's an actor and a singer, and he's going to be telling us tips or little solutions to come up with how do we combat this homegrown terrorism.
We got to know that.
We have to know
it's
that.
Time for us to know that.
So we have a juicy show tonight, a somber show, because I've been sad all the weekend when everything broke. It just really broke my heart. I've been sad all today. I've been watching it all unfold and uncover on TV. So
it's good for everybody to share.
It's good for everybody to share. Make sure you share our video. Make sure you share our video. And we're going to take your calls tonight. I know we didn't do that within the last 3 weeks, but tonight we're going to take your calls because I think now is a time for us to come together, talk to each other, and find solutions to these problems.
It's time.
Okay, are you ready?
We are ready.
All right. Hit it, Rob. Hey y'all, welcome to tonight's Chit Chat Live with your host Diamond and Silk.
We are.
Silk on Silk, you know it has been it was a somber Sunday yesterday.
Yeah.
But before I get into the juiciness of that and everything that happened, I just want you all to know that tonight's Facebook Live is being brought to you by Diamond and Silk Store. Visit the Diamond and Silk Store, diamondandsilkstore.com.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I would like to say congratulations to Christopher from DC, who won the Diamond and Silk lunch day.
Yes.
So we tried to reach out to Christopher. We don't want to give his last name to protect his identity.
Right.
We tried to reach out to him. And Christopher, you must have been at work.
All day.
We couldn't reach you. Yes.
Yes.
So the team shot you an email. Make sure you email us back so we can schedule that lunch date.
That's right.
And I'm so excited.
All right.
And this time, normally we pick women. Women are always the ones that's chosen.
No.
This time they chose a man.
They gave us a man.
They gave us a man this time, and I love it.
Yeah.
So yes. Also, you all make sure you share this video. You know, we've been receiving a lot of your messages and your emails.
Yeah.
I'm not getting a notification. I can't find you all. The video is not playing. So you all know how it is.
Yes.
You know when your voices are powerful and when you talking about stuff that they don't want you to talk about, what they try to do is try to control you and silence you.
That's right.
And stop you.
Yeah.
So we have to maneuver our way around that.
That's right. That's
so make sure you share this video because we want this message to get out because that's how we solve problems. We do it together. So you have to share it so people will know.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, girl. So you have any little stuff you need to say before we get to the 411?
Just a special thank you to everybody that's been making contributions. We really do appreciate you all. The ones that's been going to our website making contributions through Super Chat.
Yeah.
What is this other thing? They have so many other different
something on YouTube.
Yes. Super Chat and Super Hearts on Periscope.
Oh.
Thank you all so much for everything. You all just do not know what a blessing that is. And I just want you to know what a blessing you are whenever you help Diamond and Silk out by making a contribution. Thank you so much.
And speaking of contribution, everyone that sends a card, a letter, a gift, something just to brighten up Diamond and Silk Day or say I love you or I'm thinking about you.
Yes.
We thank you for that because, you know, we need that.
Oh, yes.
We really need that type of encouragement with everything that we go through on the daily. So that's a good uplift. So we read those things that comes in the mail and we really appreciate you.
We really do.
Thank you. Make sure you always put your return address so we can send you something back to let you know we received it.
That's right.
Yes, because they never do that.
Yeah.
Okay, you all. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. So the weekend is here. Saturday was a fabulous day because I calmed it down. I got away from work. Okay. And I chilled, you know, caught up on some shows or whatever. Yeah. And then Sunday we had an event with the family. Yes. It was like a birthday dinner. Okay. And as soon as I walked into dinner, the first thing sometimes family members like to do is start talking politics. Right. So I turned over. I said, look, I don't want to talk nothing about politics. No politics. I just want to be with the family. Immediately when I said that, I started receiving texts about a shooting at a church. Right. Okay. So now I'm like, well, what's going on? Now I'm like nosy. I couldn't ignore the text. We can't ignore it. What's going on? That's right. Somebody put the TV on, cut the TV on. I know it's turned on the TV, but they cut that TV on to the news. Cut it on, and we saw this mass shooting where this gunman, he was dressed in black tactical style gear, armed with an assault rifle. He opened fire inside a small Texas church, killing 26 people, in an attack that claimed tight-knit neighbors and multiple family members ranging from the age of 8 to 72 years old. The age of 17 months. 17 months? To 77 years old. Okay, 77 is what you got. Okay, so something must have been updated. Yes. Okay? Yes. And once the shooting started, once this guy started shooting, there was nowhere for these people to really go. To run. You know, it's a small church. They're in a small community. So the likelihood of somebody gunning down people in their church was slim to none. Like, you're not thinking about that when you go to church. You wake up that morning, you have it in your mind that you're going to praise the Lord. You're going to be gathering with like-minded people, right? And you're gonna go have a good time, right? Not that would be where you die, right? My heart was absolutely broken because people go to church. People go to church, right, to praise God or to serve God or serve their maker. Yeah, and nobody have the right. You think church is a safe place? That's what you think. Right? But before we get into that, I know the president. He spoke out. He's in Asia, you know, on that tour, on that trip over there. But he spoke out. You all take a look.
Let me begin today by addressing the horrific shooting in Sutherland Springs, Texas. Our thoughts and prayers are with the victims and families of today's horrible and murderous attack. This act of evil occurred as the victims and their families were in their place of sacred worship. We cannot put into words the pain and grief we all feel, and we cannot begin to imagine the suffering of those who lost the ones they so dearly loved. Our hearts are broken, but in dark times, and these are dark times, such as these, Americans do what they do best. We pull together. We join hands, we lock arms, and through the tears and through the sadness, we stand strong, oh so strong.
So the president vowed that we're going to have to combat this mental illness because here's what we know about this gunman. Okay. He was a 26-year-old white male from Colorado Springs. Right. He moved to Texas, 35 miles north of San Antonio. He was an unaffiliated voter. He registered in 2014, but he's never voted. Right. As far as what we found out. He served in the Air Force as a logistics readiness from 2010 to 2014. He was court-martialed in 2014, I think, for assault on spouse and assault on a child. That's right. He did solitary confinement for 12 months in a military prison. He received a dishonorable discharge in 2014. He divorced his first former wife in 2012, and he remarried in 2014. There were also reports coming out that he was part of Antifa because the day of the attack, he was dressed in all black gear, and he was also dressed, he had a mask, okay? And so Antifa put out a statement stating that He was not with them. He didn't have it. They didn't have anything to do with that.
But it seemed to be that he was inspired by them.
But here's the deal. But can I just say one thing right here? Antifa, we wouldn't be looking at Antifa if Antifa didn't go around here in black with black masks, trying to intimidate, manipulate our people
and terrorize
people.
That's right.
Okay, so that's why the first focus was Antifa. As soon as I heard a mask, that was the first thing that popped in my mind.
Yeah.
So to be fair, I don't want to blame somebody, but I tell you, how did he know to dress up in black gear and a mask?
He was inspired by them.
Who?
That's right. Especially when I heard about the ballistic gear that he had on. I'm like, that's the Antifa style right there.
That's the Antifa. So if you don't want to get blamed, that's just like if somebody dressed up to go and terrorize somebody with a burning cross. If they have on white sheets,
that's right.
The first people I'm going to associate that with is the KKK. Ain't you gonna do it?
That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so this guy was also denied a license to carry a gun in the state of Texas. His former girlfriend states that he's very sick in the head. He would tell her sick and strange things. His former in-laws, you all, attended this church on a regular basis.
Right.
But they were not there doing the shooting. However, his wife's grandmother, which was his grandmother-in-law, was at the church, and she was killed too.
And she was killed. That's right. That's right.
I also found out that he was formerly a Bible studies teacher. He had multiple guns in the car, and something came in probably a couple of hours ago that I was made aware of. He was also charged with cruelty to animals.
Wow.
So it seemed like this person may have had a mental illness. Right. Let's talk about it.
Okay. So a lot of people is asking the question, did he target a church? Did he target something based on religion? After doing my investigation, my answer to that is no. Because according to my reports, he sent his mother-in-law a text.
Was his ex-mother-in-law, not the grandmother-in-law, but the mother-in-law.
The ex-mother-in-law.
And the mother-in-law and them, they go to that church.
They go to that church.
Right. But they just wasn't there that Sunday.
They wasn't there that Sunday.
Okay.
And so with him sending disturbing texts to the ex-mother-in-law, this lets me know that this has something to do with domestic. This was domestic.
Okay.
This wasn't, I wouldn't say it was terrorist where somebody just randomly pick you out. No, who was targeted was the ex-mother-in-law who happened to not be there.
Right. Okay. So that's why it's not considered terrorism.
Well, I consider it terrorism
because he terrorized everybody else that was in the church. That's right.
It's a form of terrorism. That's what it is to me. But I asked myself, what do all of these different people that feel like it's okay to get a gun and go and slaughter people, take their lives because you mad about something, what do they all have in common? What is it that they all have in common?
Well, they want to say mental illness.
That's exactly what it is.
Okay, okay, now wait a minute.
Come on.
So how is it you ain't mentally ill when you want to eat? When you want to sleep?
Right.
When you want to sleep with somebody? Cool.
Yeah, right.
But just as soon as you get ticked off because somebody may not want you,
now
you done flipped out and you want to kill up the whole family, the whole church, just run around here killing up. So what did they? What is that?
And then a lot of people want to deem mentally ill as a disease, but yet they have no cure for the disease. You know, there's a cure for all of these other diseases. Why isn't there a cure for mental illness?
Right.
Okay. And a lot of times, whenever it comes down to domestic abuse or disputes with husbands and wife or whatever, people they need some type of help to be able to talk these situations and issues and different things out. And when I look at this guy, I can't even call him a gentleman.
Girl,
when I look at his MO, he should have been locked up.
He should have been
locked up. How is he still walking free?
How and why was he still walking free? Why was he still walking free?
And I see that they want to blame the Air Force and say that the Air Force did not turn his information in.
About him being mentally ill?
About the reasoning for him being discharged. Exactly. That's right, because of the domestic dispute. And with them not turning that into the federal government, to the system, that's how he was able to pass the background check in order to be able to get the gun.
Okay, but wait a minute. But then I'm hearing conflicting stories, because I also heard that he was not able to, that he obtained the guns illegally because they wouldn't even give him a permit in Texas. His background check didn't come back right. Something didn't come back right. They wouldn't even give him a permit. So where did he get the guns? Was it Colorado?
I'm going to say it like this. If it was illegal, if it was legal, the deal is, when somebody wants to do harm to somebody, they will find a way to get whatever they need to do it.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. So we can go back and forth because the story is still unfolding. Okay. And I'm just going off of what I heard, and you're going off what what you've researched. But either way it goes. And now you got the Dems that's coming out, want to talk about gun control.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that later on in the show, because we're going to take your calls about that, because first of all, I think it's the wrong time to be talking about gun control when you have 26 people dead.
Yes.
You have a family, 8 members of a family gone. And these are ranging from children to adults to grandparents.
Yes.
And listen, so generations, second, third, fourth generations are just wiped out.
Right.
So I think
because of this one person, I want to call him a bastard.
Well,
I just want to call him a bastard. Went in there and slaughter those innocent people, that was praying to God, serving God. And then when we put out a tweet to say something about praying for taxes, you got these damn atheists that come over onto our platform like it's a sin or something wrong for us to pray for people. One thing that Diamond and Silk know is that prayer changes things.
Oh, yes.
Okay, we know that. But shame on you for coming over to our platform and criticizing us for wanting to pray for people, innocent people.
Right.
That didn't deserve.
That didn't deserve that. Yeah, they did. And I can see how you can be upset about it, because I've been upset about it. And that's why I'm glad that Robert, we're going to be talking to him, Robert Duvet, because I want to know, what can we do? I don't think that the government can do anything about this.
Right.
I don't think that the government can come in and change this. I think it's going to be people, responsible people, for us to get together. Okay, listen, how do we stop this here? Because these people live in communities.
Right.
This guy was in a community.
Yes.
He dressed up in black. He goes out to try to gun down people. People not even looking for it, don't even know what's going on.
But just other people that may have been around him to know his mental status.
Right.
Who do you tell? Who can you confine in to let them know that you got a wild man on the loose? I mean, just
a lot of times people don't even want to get involved because they are afraid to stereotype somebody. But look, if this is mental illness, we're going to have to call it out like we see it.
Right.
And you were saying just today.
Well, just today, I heard that Secret Service arrested somebody for being on the White House grounds, coming from some part of Texas, basically stating that he wants to kill up the white Secret Service cops or something like that. It just came across my feed while I was getting ready, and I couldn't get the backstory on it, but he's locked up. They got wind of it, that he's in the area, because on his Facebook page, he checked in at the White House.
And that's exactly why when I see people posting that crazy stuff about hurting our president, Secret Service need to look into this.
Most definitely.
I just want to make sure I make this here point about a concerned neighbor who heard the Texas shooting massacre unfolded on Sunday. He grabbed his rifle. He tried to stop it. He opened fire on the shooter, chasing him down in a stranger's truck. And then I believe he shot his gun. And then I heard that the shooter shot himself.
Yes.
And I think that the guy that tried to stop it all, I think he's under so much pressure because first of all, I done took a life. So it's everybody. And this affects everybody.
You can't even dream this. You can't even dream this up, and then to see it actually go down live, it is really mind-boggling. And it's time for us to come together as Americans, and work on this here particular issue that's going on in our country, because that's just like you know, you have ISIS over there, you're fighting them over there, but then you have your own American citizens right here that you walk amongst, live amongst, eat amongst, and these people, some of these people have mental illness.
I know, Silk. It's crazy. It's the craziest
disturbing
thing.
It's very disturbing.
It's disturbing, but you know what? That's why we have Robert Davi here, because he is, when we come back, he's going to talk to us, you all, about some solutions on how we combat homegrown terrorism. And how do we even combat, even with our own citizens, knowing that somebody in the hood or in the neighborhood is tripping in the mind?
Right.
How do we handle that? So we're going to talk to him when we come back. We'll be right back.
Hey y'all.
Hey.
Okay, so I know that you all have been having problems with these social medias not getting our notification. You can't find us. You're getting booted off whenever you watch a video. So here's what I want you to do.
Listen up.
Go to diamondandsilk.com and click on Chit Chat.
Yeah.
Yes, we back, baby.
That's right.
With Chit Chat at diamondandsilk.com. So if you can't view it on Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, Instagram, YouTube, then go on over there to our website.
That's right.
diamondandsilk.com.
Because you know they're coming for us, right?
Go, 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 go. Hey, go to diamondandsilk.com and click on Chit Chat Live. Diamondandsilk.com.
Girl, they go Facebook.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Twitter.
Oh, go, 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 go. Y'all ain't got nothing on us. Forget you, YouTube. Get out the way. Diamondandsilk.com.
Hey, y'all, welcome back to the show. Now, listen.
Yeah.
As you know, you all, a series of coordinated attacks happened in our country back in 2001 with the 9/11 terrorist attack. We just recently had another terrorist attack. And here to help us figure this all out, we have the actor and singer, Robert Davi here. Hey, Robert.
Hello, Robert.
Welcome to the show. Okay, I pronounced his name wrong. It's Robert Davi.
That's it, Davi.
Not Davi. Robert Davi. Hey, Robert. Okay, so listen. So I see you on Neil Cavuto's show, all right? And you're telling him about this plan that you have. It's called the Civilian Patrol 93 plan. Please explain to us how this plan works and how this can help us in our communities.
All right, let me give a quick little history. 17 years ago, when we had the 9/11 attack, 3 weeks after the 9/11 attack, there was I was coaching my daughter's softball teams, and I was doing a show called Profiler, where I was the head of the FBI Violent Crime Task Force and a profiler. It was on for 4 years, and it was very successful. Right after 9/11, people would be coming up to me on the softball field, whether they recognized me from the show, and they would say, you know, we just saw something, we just did this, we just did that, or where do we go if we see something? And I started thinking. And then I read an article in the, I think it was the New York Times or Wall Street Journal, I forget what it was, whereby there were these men looking at St. Patrick's Cathedral and other buildings in Manhattan. And I said, you know, and there were these, remember we were getting orange alerts and red alerts and green alerts and blue alerts and alerts up the thing, and everybody wanted to be involved. I canvassed over 1,000 men and women, all different ages, and said, based on Flight 93, those guys taking the plane and crashing it to save lives instead of it going into a building, if we had a thing called Civilian Patrol 93 in honor of them, would you find that interesting in your community? And there were not, maybe 1 out of 1,000 may had a you know, some kind of negative comment. Everyone wanted to rally around this. So I subsequently met, and what it was a more extended neighborhood watch.
Okay, it's a neighborhood watch. Okay.
It was more extended. It was now a new neighborhood watch that, and I envisioned President Bush coming out in the Rose Garden, you know, and I explained this to Tom Ridge at the time, who was Homeland Security Chief. I also became part of the Homeland Security Policy Institute at George Washington University. Because I think outside the box, and I had done a movie in 1988 called Terrorist on Trial. So since 1988, I was and Alan Dershowitz was the technical advisor of this film. I was very adept, and I'd been to the Middle East. I understood what was happening, okay? More so than the average layman. And I understood from the people, from our communities, not knowing who lives next door to each other. People told me they saw some guys with a drone flying off a roof. Who knows what that could be?
Right.
Could be. And so I came up and I talked to Tom Ridge about it. He said, then I talked to the next guy, Chernuchin, whatever it was, and he was, you know, then a guy, Dave DeAngelis at Homeland Security, through other friends of mine that were counterterrorism. I even spoke to John Miller and Bratton about this when they were in Los Angeles. No one seemed to grasp the need for this program. They still don't. And my frustration was that in each community, like let's say for instance, what happened in San Diego.
Okay.
What did the woman say stopped her from reporting what was happening to her?
She was just in fear.
She probably was in fear. She may have thought that it would be racial profiling. A lot of times people don't want to get involved because they are afraid that you're going to accuse them of racism and stuff like that.
That's right.
Right.
So Civilian Patrol 93 would work something like this. People in the community would sign up for it. There'd be a small background check to make sure there's no, no unstable people, no vigilantes. It's not what that's about. Then they would have after they passed that, they would meet with local law enforcement in their community on a weekend, several hours, maybe a couple of weeks. And then with the FBI over a couple of weeks, sensitizing them to certain issues and surveillance, whatever it might be. They would then be receive some kind of badge. So they would be Civilian Patrol 93 in that community.
Okay, well, let me ask you this here, Robert. So if they're going to be like a vigilant control person in that community, will the community know that's who they are?
Yes.
Because we don't want another Trayvon Martin thing to happen where somebody
they go door to door and they say to the community, my name is Robert Davi. I'm with Civilian Patrol 93. If you see anything untoward, please feel free to call me, no matter how ridiculous it might seem.
And that's all they do.
This is all they do. They don't proactive anything and go after anybody.
Right. Would they have a gun?
What?
Will they have a gun, a weapon or anything like that?
I didn't see them having a weapon.
Okay.
Only because that would then cause something else.
Right. So they just would be like the go-to person. If I see, if I'm in my neighborhood and I see 93, and I saw something with my next door neighbor, they doing something, I would go to this here person
as a point of contact
to let them know, look, this is what I saw.
Right.
So what would that person then do with the information?
Okay, well, let me give you a little more understanding of it because it's important to follow this. Once the community is canvassed, and they say I'm Civilian Patrol 93, now we know the lay of the land, who everyone is, don't we?
Right. Yeah.
And now they feel like they have somebody safe. Now, if there's somebody in that community that looks a little bit, goes to the door, like when I play one of my bad guys, he could take a little annoyed, he could say, wait a second, this address here could be something. There might be something. Because look what happened to the guy that took those cars with the Home Depot truck. The neighbor took a picture of his car, and there it was this guy doing dry runs. Or the Home Depot guy, or in Las Vegas, when a guy with 20 guns goes up to a building, and everybody's afraid to say anything.
Right.
Now, if there was Civilian Patrol 93, these guys could say, you know what, I'm uncomfortable. They could then just go and surveil. They could just see, just eyes and ears, and then report to local law enforcement saying, this should be looked at.
Right.
Now local law enforcement can go in there and with the full authority of a government, and at least it's only going to get more crazy. So
and we got to stop viewing this as profiling.
That's what I was
and view it as protection.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
So when we start, because they're going to do that.
Right.
As soon as you introduce this, I think it's a fabulous idea.
Right.
But you're going to have the left that's going to say it's racial profiling. So how can this be set up where it doesn't look like it's racial, where they won't say, that's racial
behavioral profiling. It's not racial, it's behavioral. The Italians, I'm Italian American. My father was from Sicily, his family, and my mother's from Naples.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that a guy named Detective Petrocchino in the 1900s, the turn of the century, developed the counterterrorism techniques and surveillance techniques that are still used today, that were used against the RICO Act and the Italian mafia? They've been doing this in the RICO Act, and nobody says it's racial profiling. Italian Americans have been profiled for decades, and no one said racial profiling because it saves and helps the community.
But I like how you said that about behavior profiling, because we was just talking in the segment before this about mental illness. How can you detect this and see this? How, you know, if you're around this particular person and you see certain things that just don't feel right, or see, who do you talk to? How can you, et cetera, et cetera.
So, Patrol 93. And they say to them, you know what? I'm uncomfortable with my uncle. I'm seeing strange behavior and I don't want to turn him in. I don't want to do anything. Thank you for telling us. Now they tell law enforcement, just take a check, make a nice little routine, because I rather them act on prevention than after the fact.
That's right. That's right. So I was looking at one of your interviews, and you say that when you see something, say something is dead, that people are not doing that.
Doesn't work.
It doesn't work. So if people are not, when they see something, they don't want to say something. How do we get people to open up their mouths and talk?
Right.
And how do we get them to do that?
All right. Remember the just say no to drugs?
Yes, in the 80s.
Yes.
Did it work?
No.
No.
People got higher. Now it's more drugs on the streets than ever.
As I said before, right after the bombing in New York City in Chelsea, I was in New York. I had to do some stuff in New York, singing. I went to a restaurant and I put my carry bag. I had my carry bag. You know, one of those carry bags, right?
Right.
I put just as an experiment, because I'm so upset that after all these years, no one's really said to me, I haven't been able to sit with Homeland Security or somebody to say, this is what Civilian Patrol 93. My only hope was President Trump, because he thinks outside the box. He's not afraid to think outside the box. So I said, if I put this bag down, how many, and I'm about 25 feet away from the bag in New York City, active street, 7 o'clock at night. How many people are going to say, look at the bag and even say, who does that belong to? Who knows if it's remote control explosives?
Right.
Busy sidewalk. Not one person in an hour even gave it a double look.
Wow.
Now, the thing is, how do you get this? Once you have Civilian Patrol 93, and this guy goes to their community. It's going to take some volunteer stuff, but they, just like the Jehovah's Witnesses or any religious group, goes to a door. Hello, would you like to visit Christ? And you say yes or no, and that's it. You know what I mean? That Civilian Patrol would do the same thing. Hello, this is Civilian.
Okay. So, okay, Robert, now I'm going to play devil's advocate. Okay, so what if you knock on somebody's door and they are very private? They don't even know their neighbors. They don't care to know their neighbors. Are you going to, will we deem those people as something may be wrong?
No.
Okay.
First off, if somebody, you know, next on the door and they say hello, all you're saying to them, you're not selling them a vacuum cleaner. You're just saying we're here. And especially ladies, if in the media, and in my imagination, what happened was throughout the country, there was a movement, Civilian Patrol 93, the president and the Rose Garden, with some law enforcement and you and myself, and we're there and we say, Civilian Patrol 93 is being instituted in our communities. We want to have them be more involved. We want to be involved. We want people to get involved. Here's what we're going to start to do. And we come out with the whole issue of being able to sign up for it. It would be a thing where it would be in our consciousness. So people would understand when they came to the door, they're there to protect you, not to have a gun, not to accuse you, but for you to be able to go to them when you see something that you're afraid or questioning because you don't want to see conspiracy in your Cheerios.
Yeah, and I love it.
Yeah, but we've been conditioned and bullied into silence.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
And bullied by being a racist if you call things out, if something look out of the ordinary, and they bullied you to turn the other way. And that's why we have terrorists. That's why we have people terrorizing people.
Right.
We have people in our community. We know they're mentally ill.
Right.
We know that they want to take lives, but we don't say anything about it
Right.
until after the fact.
Right.
So what do we need to do? Robert, what do you want us to do? What is it that we need to do to get people to look at this here Civilian Patrol 93?
Well, I had asked someone in the administration to have me get me a meeting with Homeland Security to explain it to them, to work out the little issues that the left and the right are going to complain about, the civil liberty issues, which they've been using these techniques anyway with the mafia. Doesn't matter. But let's work out a thing. Let's have a national program of safety, Civilian Patrol 93. Now, when I told this to Chief Bratton, he poo-pooed it at a table like you can't believe. And then a year later, he did this iWatch for the Sheriff's Department called iWatch. But that doesn't have, this is Civilian Patrol 93 in honor of those lives of Flight 93. And I could see people, and I told you, when I canvassed people back then, 17 years ago, and you talk to people today, and you see those lives, and you know those bodies being buried, and things could be, they could be prevented, and who knows how bad it could get.
Right.
Who knows how bad it could get. And then they're going to say, you know what? You know, we should have, we could have. So I would like President Trump to understand that this idea exists. That's the biggest thing, because I think he's the kind of person that would say, you know what? Let's work out the problems with it. This is a good idea.
That's right.
And we have to be able to work consecutively together as Americans, as neighbors. That's something that's really been missing as far as loving one another as neighbors. We don't know each other. We're scared to talk to each other
because we're so used to being on the phone texting and we don't know.
Right.
We just want to, we don't care. Right. And we got to get back to caring about each other.
Yes.
Caring about each other enough to know that we have to get each other help when we need it.
That's right.
So I like the Civilian Patrol thing.
I love it.
Thank you, Robert. And it's been a pleasure. Look, we're going to keep this out here. Would you come back on the show?
Absolutely.
Just to keep us updated and keep us informed as to what's going on with this little project?
Of course.
Thank you so much for being on the show. We'll be right back, you all. We're going to take calls and we're going to talk about gun control. We'll be right back.
Hey y'all.
Hey.
Do you want to see Diamond and Silk keep this thing going? I mean, keep this here thing moving?
Really?
Well, go to our website, diamondandsilk.com, and contribute. Right there, diamondandsilk.com. You can make all of your contributions right there on our website, diamondandsilk.com. So we can keep this party moving on and on and on and on to the break of dawn. On and on and on and on. Like hot butter popcorn. Just on and on and on. That's diamondandsilk.com.
So all of a sudden now, since this here happened in Texas, the left is now talking about gun control. And you had them pulling out the tweets, and I can read them to you. You had Elizabeth Warren. She says, how many kids must die of gun violence or playground and streets every day with no attention at all before we wake up to what's happening? Then she want to say, thoughts and prayers are not enough. GOP, we must end this violence. We must stop these tragedies. People are dying while you wait. And then we had Kamala Harris. Senseless gun violence has torn apart another community, this time in the house of worship. When do we say enough is enough? And then you had Chelsea, what's her name?
Chelsea Handler.
Chelsea Handler. And you know what? I could have just, I had to calm myself to keep from tweeting about her. She said, innocent people go to church on Sunday to honor their gods. And while doing so, get shot and killed. What country? America. Why? And she want to blame Republicans. Shame on you, Chelsea, or whatever your name is.
And you also had the New York governor. You also had the New York.
Andrew Cuomo had something to say.
He said, we have pastors, priests, and rabbis to offer thoughts and prayers. What we need from Republicans in D.C. is to do something. Lead.
Okay.
And I'm like,
okay, now, see, now this is when, sometimes this is when I want to, ain't gonna be no more acting African American. I want to go ahead and act black.
Straight black.
Because I don't care if they would have been in the church.
Right.
You couldn't stop this madman from doing that.
What he doing.
You can take all of our guns.
Yes.
Take all of our guns away from us.
That's
right.
Right.
But he would have still went out there
and
got a gun.
That's right.
To use it.
And if you look at this scenario,
right,
this is the same scenario that will continue to go along in the country if you take the guns away.
Absolutely.
Because it was a person with the gun legally that took down this other person that was slaughtering people.
That's right. So imagine if every law-abiding citizen in that church would have had a gun.
Right.
26 people probably would not have died.
That's right.
And I'm not blaming the people in the church. I'm just saying it really makes me mad that every time there's a shooting, you hear the Democrats say this here.
Right.
But when that driver went and drove into them people, I didn't hear the Democrats. Oh, we can't call them Islamic terrorism. We can't talk about anybody that's a Muslim.
And they're not talking about van control.
They're not talking about controlling the trucks. But now you want to control guns.
Right.
Don't be trying to have people walking around here riding dirt.
That's right.
Don't be trying to do that.
And if you look at their security team, each one of them have guns.
And maybe we should take the guns from the Democrats.
Maybe we should. Because
because I'm telling you, it'd be a lot of y'all that be doing a lot of killing.
That's right.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
That's right.
And if you don't believe me, then hey, we can listen. We can debate that.
That's right.
Thank you, Elizabeth, for your contribution. Love you, girl.
But
the deal is that listen, you all, I'm not for this gun stuff. I'm not for no gun control. Give people have a right to bear arms.
But if you look at it, the laws are already on the book for guns. Right now. And people are not following them.
And if they would take all guns away from people,
that's right,
that guy still would have had a gun and it would have been worse.
Exactly.
Imagine if that guy didn't jump into action. He ran outside with his gun with no shoes on. There was a stranger. Let me jump in your car because we got to go. We got to go get him because he done shot up the church.
That's right.
Imagine not having that. This fool would have went on a rampage and killed up everybody.
In sight.
I don't know why Democrats want people to be sitting around here riding dirty and get killed. Well, it's like, what, do y'all make more money when people are dying in the streets? Now, wait a minute. I didn't hear no push for gun control when Chicago people are killing up each other. Where is Nancy Pelosi?
Where you at, Nancy?
Where is Kamala Harris? Where is Chelsea Handler? Whatever her name is. Don't pronounce it right.
I guess you are.
Okay, where are these people at? Okay, I don't hear your voices.
That's right.
But as soon as this type of tragedy happens, now here you come and you want to blame Democrats. I tell blame Republicans. I tell everybody go get a gun. Because you don't know who gonna walk up on you and do some dumb stuff.
That's right. Now you're absolutely right about that. Go and do what you need to do. Because if you look at it, there are so many people in Chicago that I think, if I'm not mistaken, Chicago, they can't carry guns. It's a strict gun.
But people getting killed
the
up there.
Morris people is killed there in Chicago.
That's right.
Okay, with this no guns laws in place. They need to look at that.
I heard that this guy obtained some of these guns illegally. And what I'm saying is, you could take all the guns away. His thing was, let me gun down some people. He was mad at his in-laws. Let me get back at them. And this is what happened.
People gonna find a way.
He could have did it with a gun, a truck, a bomb. So do we take away the trucks? Y'all saw what happened down in New York.
And people can build their own gun from scratch.
They know how to do stuff.
They know how to do it from
All they
scratch.
have to do is Google that stuff.
That's right.
We want to take your calls. We want to know what you think about it. Give out the number, Silk. You got it.
The number is 980-224-4600. 980-224-4600. Okay, so we want to hear what you have to say
when
about
it comes
everything.
To gun control, you all. We want to hear it because you know what? I'm like this here. I think that if people would have had guns in the church, it would have protected people.
Oh, well, most definitely. You're absolutely right.
Okay.
You're absolutely right. Hold on one second.
You ready?
I'm waiting on everything to come through.
Okay. She's waiting on everything to come through. Yeah, you are. And while she's waiting on the call, I know what's going on with the DNC with Donna Brazile.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about that on Wednesday because that's the anniversary when Donald Trump was elected.
That's
and
right.
It became president.
That's right.
So we're going to talk about that on Wednesday.
Yes. Hey, make sure you turn down your devices so that you can hear us and we can hear you, okay? All right. Come on, let's go.
Okay, darling. Okay, hey, you're on with Diamond and Silk. What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Carol, and I'm your neighbor. I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina.
Hey, Carol.
I'm waving at Chit. I'm calling because I'm really upset with all this crap about gun control. People do have the right to bear arms. Number one, I don't think that gun got up, jumped up, walked in that church, and just started running around shooting itself.
That's right.
Somebody had to be in charge of it, and it was a crazy guy. Listen, this guy had problems.
Right.
He was dishonorably discharged.
Right.
And the other thing that's got me upset is this Bergdorf thing. The same thing with that guy. That guy's crazy, and he was dishonorably discharged.
Yeah.
So these people are not taking care of these things up front.
Right.
The Marines didn't, and his family didn't when he came out. And the same thing with this Bergdorf guy. So what's going to happen with him? So I just think that people just are not taking care of each other. I tend to go along with you saying that people don't get to know each other, so they don't know what's going on around.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you so much, darling. Thank you for calling.
Thank you.
And she's absolutely right.
That's right.
We are not. We don't want to know each other. And what is that about?
Well,
we want to stay in our safe zones. We don't want to know. But then the neighbor done shut up some people. Now, okay, we looking like, well, I saw some signs, but I wouldn't say nothing.
Yeah.
And the same thing about what Robert, I don't want to mess up his last name. I know I'm going to do it again.
Davi.
With Robert Davi, what he was saying about the Patrol 93, I like it. I absolutely like it. I think it's a good idea. I think that I don't think the government is going to be able to solve this level of crime.
We have to come together.
Level of this terrorism.
We have to come together and do it ourselves.
We have to be very vigilant.
Yes.
And we have to know what's going on in our neighborhoods because these people live in communities.
Right.
They live right there in the community.
Right.
In the community, people see things, but they don't say things because if I say something, then I'm going to be deemed a racist or I'm going to be deemed as something bad or like I'm racially profiling.
Right.
And that's because the left has set it up like that.
Exactly. And it's making people scared to speak.
To speak out.
That's right. Go ahead. We have
Hi, you're on with Diamond and Silk. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Illinois.
Hi. Okay, so give us your thoughts. I'm doing wonderful. What do you think about gun control? And what do you think about everything that's happened in our country with the terrorist attack that happened on Halloween, and now with what happened with this church shooting on Sunday? What are your thoughts?
Well, first of all, gun control has nothing to do with guns. Gun control has to do with owning the people. The problem we have right now in this country, and it goes on every day. You see Lamestream putting out all kinds of dirt. They're dividing people.
Oh yeah.
The problem we have in this country isn't the guns. It's society itself. We have lost our morals, and the only two ways of stopping crime is either by force or by reinstating your morals. We've got to reinstate our morals because force is only going to take everything away from us that we're supposed to have guaranteed to us. That is our problem going on here.
Wow. I'm glad you said that about force because if they take away our guns, they will own us because now they can control us. And now we have to do what they say do.
Right.
Another thing I like what he said is about morals.
That's right.
Where have our morals gone?
Values
Listen,
gone.
I know for a fact.
Yes.
Up under the Obama administration, all morals went out the window.
That's right.
People did what they wanted to do.
That's right.
Disrespect that's the norm.
That was the thing of the norm.
Thank you for calling, baby.
Thank
we
you,
love
darling.
you. That was the norm right there.
And that's why if you look at a lot of these people right now, so much hate is being spewed that they disrespect the president. They disrespect our democracy.
Right.
They disrespect the process, the political process is so disrespectful. And then other people sees that, and then they just lose self-respect. You got people that's kneeling during the national anthem at the flag, disrespect. You got people that's on TV calling people out of their names, disrespect. And more disrespect. And the other night, I was looking at lemon juice, and I saw a nut on the TV, and he called all of Trump supporters dummies. Okay. No, yes, he sure did. Nothing but more disrespect. And then when other people from other countries see that, they feel that they can also be disrespected.
He can't call us dummy, because what Donna Brazil done told about y'all, y'all dumb, stupid, ignorant, cheaters, y'all got caught. And I am so glad. Kudos to Donna Brazil. I didn't want to talk about it tonight because I wanted to save it for the 8th, baby. So we can break it all down.
But kudos to her.
But kudos to her for coming out, telling the truth about the DNC and old crooked Hillary.
That's right.
She crooked, and the one that called us all dummies, you crooked too.
You crooked too.
How about
and
that?
then when you got this so-called quote unquote resistant group,
Morals.
morals.
That's why that guy dressed it up like the resistance.
Come on.
He had on all black with a mask.
That's right.
Ain't Antifa the resistance?
Hello? Full of hate. Full of nothing but hate. Immoral. And then you wonder why your 8th graders is bending down on their knees at the flag and don't even know why they're bending down, because they're looking at the adults being disrespectful.
That's right. Hey, y'all, with Diamond and Silk, what's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Illinois again.
Oh,
I want to correct something.
Come on.
I want to correct something. Now, we are not a democracy in this country. We are a constitutional republic. A democracy never succeeds. All democracies will eat themselves because democracies are ran by mob rules. And by that I'm getting at is you've got a group of people up there under a democracy that are choosing what they think is best for you. A constitutional republic is you have the right to do whatever you do as long as you don't violate somebody else's rights.
Oh, I like it.
That's why we had courts established.
Wow.
Courts were established to be able to say that they're making determination when you say to that judge, this man here violated my rights, and that judge is going to say, well, we're going to hear this case. A democracy, they create statutes. Statutes are there to prevent something to keep something from happening before it happens. It's done for the greater good. So the democracy will eventually have so many rules, it will eat itself. It's just like Rome.
Wow.
Rome was a republic, and then it changed into a democracy and failed.
Wow.
Got it. I got it. I got that. So really what you're saying is that we are so that's why we go by the Constitution. Because that protects us.
Right.
Instead of saying democracy, because go ahead.
People believe, when you hear people say, I've got constitutional rights, you do not have constitutional rights. You have unalienable rights. You have natural rights. The Constitution was made by the people. We, the people, created the government. We gave them a Constitution. That Constitution is the rules of power that we gave them or we didn't give them. They're called enumerated powers. Article 1, Section 8. It clearly states in there what their powers are. And they've gone beyond that. Because they want to say we're a democracy.
When really we're not.
That's the big lie. The Constitution applies only to government because we, the people, created government and gave them that
Constitutional,
and they're all enumerated.
Thank you so much for clarifying.
Thank you so much, darling. Thank you.
I like the clarity on that.
I absolutely love the clarity because when he said that they eat their own, Well, you look over there at the DNC.
That's right. Look at how they eating up the Donna Brazil.
They eating up each other for real, girl.
And they make these rules. They do put rules in place.
Yeah.
They put them in place whether you go for it or not.
With it or not.
That's infringing upon my rights.
That's right.
You know, as a citizen.
That's right.
As a citizen
That's
here.
right. Yeah.
You know what? You all. Do you got something for the email grab bag?
You know what? I do. I do.
Okay. Do you want to take a break and then we read it when we come back?
What you want to do?
Yes. Okay. So thank you all for calling. When we come back, the email grab bag. We'll be right back.
Hey y'all.
Hey.
Okay, so I know that you all have been having problems with these social medias not getting our notification. You can't find us. You're getting booted off whenever you watch a video. So here's what I want you to do.
Listen up.
Go to diamondandsilk.com and click on Chit Chat.
Yeah.
Yes, we back, baby.
That's right.
With Chit Chat at diamondandsilk.com. So if you can't view it on Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, Instagram, YouTube, then go on over there to our website.
That's right.
diamondandsilk.com.
Because you know they're coming for us, right?
Go to diamondandsilk.com and click on Chit Chat Live. Diamondandsilk.com.
Girl, they go Facebook.
Go ahead.
Twitter.
Oh, go. No. Forget you, YouTube. Get out the way.
Bye.
Diamondandsilk.com.
Okay, you all.
Yes.
So a couple of things. Let me run this here down. So Rand Paul, you all, bless his heart, he was assaulted by his neighbor.
Yeah.
And I think his neighbor broke a couple of his ribs.
Yeah.
But Rand Paul is basically saying it doesn't have anything to do with politics.
Okay.
Well, what happened? Did you didn't give somebody some sugar? What happened? What would make your neighbor want to come and jump on you while you on the lawnmower? That's just something that make me go,
Okay, Rand Paul.
And then I wanted to say something about Snoop Dogg, you all.
Snoop
Dogg must be promoting another album and using the president to try to promote to sell the album because he had something that he made up, and it makes it look like that could be the president laying there with a toe tag on that says Trump, talking about make America crip again.
Yo, so he want to make America cripple.
Yeah.
America is already crippled. He want to make America cripple again.
You know what? Snoop Dogg, I think this time he's crossed the line. A lot of people aren't talking about it.
That's right.
But you all know what? I want y'all to watch how it play out.
That's right.
It's just like how Hollywood kept on bashing the president.
That's right.
Now look at all of these Hollywood producers and all of these Hollywood famous actors.
That's right.
Are being accused of sexual assault.
That's
and
right.
all of them, the shows are falling and they're falling.
Everything.
I got a feeling that the music industry is going to be doing the same thing.
That's right.
Thanks to Snoop Doggy Dogg or whoever he is.
And Snoop Dogg going to be a no dog.
He going to be a no dog. We're not going to know him out the
low down dirty dog.
A low down dirty old dog. And you all, don't forget, you all asked for it. We have the bowl of stupid, you all.
That's
Go
right.
get the bowl of stupid. Pre-order it. Only a limited supply.
That's
so pre-order it for the holiday, okay?
Yes.
Okay.
And the ornaments.
And the Christmas ornaments
ornaments.
Pre-order your stuff so that you'll have your stuff for the holiday. So it won't be after the effect. Oh my gosh, I don't have this. Do you all have any more? Because they only order. It's just a limited supply.
It's just a limited supply.
All right.
I know that everybody knows somebody that's done something stupid.
That does something stupid.
And you need your own personal phone.
Okay.
Oh, and the nail file.
Oh, and the nail file. With the bowl. It is so cute. You all love it.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. We got time for the email grab bag.
Do we?
Do we have? Okay, let's
real
read
quick.
it, girl.
Hi, ladies. I love watching you guys. Yes, there's a but. I can't take the trolls calling you those horrific names. I know you have said that it's okay, but it's really not. I get so angry. I am willing to offer my service for free. a charge if you need help blocking them.
Oh.
So this came from Jonna. And what I want to say to Jonna is if you're on Periscope, because this came from Periscope.
Okay.
If you're on Periscope, just go into your settings, and there's a setting there that says something about I want to moderate or moderate my broadcast. Make sure you check that you want to moderate, and guess what? You can instantly be a moderator. Anybody that does that, you can be a moderator, and Periscope have institution that integrated. I'm using so many conflicting words.
Okay.
Integrated that into Periscope now, so to the platform, so that when you got these trolls on our platforms, now, bam, you can become a moderator.
Well, they just mad that we gonna talk about them.
That's right.
Listen, you all, this has been a lovely chit chat tonight.
Yes,
I want you all to join us on Wednesday, okay? Is it Wednesday?
It's this coming Wednesday, November the 8th. In 2 days.
How we are doing a special edition of Chit Chat Live. Yes. We are going to be discussing the night of the election, how the left looked, everything that happened a year ago.
What went down?
Thank you, Elizabeth, for moderating our YouTube comments.
Yes.
We love you all. Thank you, everybody on Facebook. We just coming to give y'all the 211. We call the 211 because it's two of us.
And we're the ones giving it to you.
So in the meantime and in between time, we will see you all next time right here on Chit Chat Live, November the 8th, which is on Wednesday. Good night, everybody. Have a good day tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.